I'm Alex Ferraro, owner of Lucky Luciano. I am a 12-year veteran to the breed of the Americanbully, as well as a judge who has judged internationally as well as domestically. I got lucky with Lucky, no pun intended, and because I was blessed with that opportunity, I always pay it forward, so yeah. See, a lot of people don't know all the details behind Lucky. When I got Lucky, Lucky was he was the last dog out the litter. Mike had him available, and I really wanted a dog specifically off that litter because I had seen what heat stroke was. I was a huge Magoo fan. I loved G-Train. I was looking for a Dax to 100% edge female, and I hit up Mike Meza. I called him, and he shipped me the dog when he was about, I'd say, 2.5, 3 months. I got him, and man, he had a little scar on his back, but I knew he was something special. I told Mike, I said, man, I'm gonna make this boy a household name, mark my words. And at that time, I actually owned Phenom's littermate brother. I was 217's Goldie. And he was a badass, but he was more towards the bulldog side of things, and he was only like 2 years old, so we didn't know Phenom was gonna turn out to be who he was. And when I got Lucky, I actually sold Goldie and set it up to where when I sold Goldie, I just kind of promoted Lucky. When he hit about 12 months, I did a stack off with Grand Champion Bistro, and Bully magazine picked up the article, and they did Lucky versus Bistro, which I was just honored to be mentioned with the great Bistro at the time. So I was just like, oh my God, Lucky's being mentioned with this Bistro dog. And from there, you know, you just blew up. I went out every other weekend. I stacked up with every big name dog. I showed, I competed. You know, he champed in 2 shows. There was like some people who said he didn't finish, and like it took like 30 shows. He champed in 2 shows. And then I showed him, I got 3 of his champion wins, and he tore his ACL. And I pulled him from show for like 1.5 years. When I brought him back out, he just didn't seem to have the passion he had before. He just didn't seem to really care for the ring. And a few months later, I started working on becoming an ABKC judge. And I didn't want anybody to holler politics or think that, you know, I got where I did because of, you know, the dogs, because of who I was. So as soon as I decided I wanted to pursue being a judge, I went ahead and I completely sidelined Lucky's show career until I became a judge. And Lucky Line. You know, the dogs like that are not born every day. You gotta look at the people who really know what they're doing. Not everybody's gonna be able to take a dog with a great pedigree and just breed it the right way. It takes a breeder to breed a dog properly, a real dog man or dog woman to put things together. So Champion Lucky Luciano by far would definitely be the dog that was the pinnacle of my breeding career as far as the dog that put me on the map. But straightforward, and I'm a realist, brother. The dog was produced by Mike Meza at Short Muscle Pits. I bought Lucky as a puppy. I, however, did campaign him, and every single breeding that he's ever done, I have signed off on and approved. So through him, I built his career, but I've produced several dogs off him. The best known dog that I've produced within my own camp would be Grand Champion Shamrock. He was produced off of a female that I owned at time of breeding, and Lucky. But he is a co-production with Brandon from Gym Rat Bullies, awesome dude. We decided to do the first inbred Lucky litter with the dog that we co-owned, and it produced Shamrock, Champion Chloe, Casino, and a dog named Nong, who's now in Australia. But produced some really nice dogs and had my hands in on producing dogs. My best known dog is definitely Lucky, and right now, aside from Shamrock, who I didn't own or produce, Arthur Touche Lassiter has campaigned Shamrock, so all the credit goes to him. If the dog wasn't in his hands, I don't know he'd be where he is. But another dog I'm promoting the way I promoted Lucky in a production is Riot Luciano. And he is a dog that I spent 4 years creating the tools that created him to provide a generational headpiece that is just undeniable. I took Lucky Blood the direction I wanted to see it go. A lot of people have taken like last picks to last picks, and just I've seen my blood go away I don't want it to go. So I've been building in my own program, keeping litters on litters myself, not selling anything, just to create these dogs that are going to be seen over the next year and a half. We've built some monsters on the camp, and it's just progressively going to get better, and it's all generationally our stock. It's all double Ds. On Facebook, it's Alex Ferraro. In parentheses, you'll see the guy who owns Lucky. You can type in the guy who owns Lucky and I will pop right up. On Instagram, it's the real SMP's Lucky Luciano, because like I said, he is produced by Mike Meza at Short Muscle Pits. But yeah, if I'm pretty easy to find on Facebook. If you Google Lucky Luciano, my whole Facebook page and everything still pops up too. So I'm pretty easy to get a hold of. Like I said, just to do with the dog. I like to talk to new people in the community. I like to answer questions. I deal with a lot of newcomers to the community and really enjoyed my time in the community so far. I just pretty much keep it classy, Bully World. I appreciate you guys, and anybody that took time to watch the interview, we appreciate you. And anybody that shows love to Lucky, we appreciate you.